The only thing more farcical than the Holland legend giving himself the #1 shirt was the fact that he managed to get sent off 3 times in 5 appearances. When Dutch superstar Edgar Davids called time on his playing career in 2008 with the club where he'd won the Champions League in 1995, few could have predicted what was to happen next. Edgar raised a few eyebrows when he announced in 2010 that not only was he coming out of retirement, but he was doing so with Championship side Crystal Palace. Despite being miles off the pace, fans didn't care. After all, this was Edgar Davids. If nothing else, it was an opportunity to get someone better than Darren Ambrose printed on the back of their shirts. Despite only spending 3 months with George Burley's side, who ultimately finished 20th, Davids described his time at Selhurst Park as one of the greatest experiences of my life. Anyone who thought his spell with the Eagles was going to be the only curious footnote of an otherwise illustrious career were very much mistaken. In 2012, a 39-year-old Edgar Davids rocked up as player-manager of League Two Barnet, who hadn't won all season and sat bottom of the table. As it happened, Davids turned out to be more than just a glorified mascot, and despite the man who once partnered Zinedine Zidane in midfield marking his 3rd coming in professional football with a 4-1 defeat to Plymouth Argyle, his side quickly started to put points on the board. The Dutchman was endearing himself to B supporters, not only with his bullish displays in midfield, but off the pitch as well, and on one occasion sent the team coach all the way back to Accrington after an away game to pick up some stranded fans. Come the final day of the season, Barnet were well placed to stay up, but a 2-0 defeat to Northampton meant the North Londoners slipped out of the Football League on goal difference. Then things got weird. Not only did the man who was once named by Pele as one of the greatest 100 footballers of all time decide to stay on for a crack at the conference, but he handed himself the captain's armband and the #1 shirt. Davids said at the time that he intended to set a trend of midfielders wearing that number. And to be fair to him, it really caught on. Davids was certainly playing fast and loose with the term midfielder as well, regularly rotating between DMC, defender and even a number 10. Barnet's new #1 also decided that he would no longer travel to away games that required an overnight stay, leaving his assistant to take in the sights and smells of Gateshead, Halifax and Grimsby. It wasn't just the prospect of staying in a Premier Inn that kept Davids' playing time to a minimum that season, with the begoggled Dutchman frequently proving to be the architect of his own downfall, racking up a ban-worthy 8 yellow cards in as many games and getting sent off 3 times in 5 appearances. In the wake of his 3rd red of the season in a 2-1 defeat to Salisbury City in October 2013 that left his side 10th in the 5th tier, he decided enough was enough. Having originally bowed out of football by scoring the winning penalty for his boyhood club in a cup final, was this really how it was going to end for former phenomenon Edgar Davids? No. He resigned in January instead.